your own ult, you pop the Crescent Guard, and that becomes, a non-issue. It's just so important for Spica to have a good game, and I think for Dignitas to be playing from a place of power, because they don't really have any go button. Like, it's that trade-off of, how much experience advantage can you get? They're trying to keep Dokla away from the tower.
Oh, he snuck back in.
That was pretty nicely done. The question is he too low?
Can he get 2?
They're going to try to juggle the turret aggro. One more auto attack. Ren.
The 2v2 bot. That's the big concern, is that MF would get slammed in this 2v2. If they pull off this dive, this is massive. Oh, he cleansed nothing.
Okay, but he dodged the stun, and now NRG are in trouble. They have to bail with the teleport coming in from Jensen to stop the dive from being persisted here. Who he is forced to flash, so is FBI. I don't think NRG should be fine, but the root lands, and FBI is in trouble. Dignitas.
Risk high reward type of play for NRG that did not pay off whatsoever.
It's because here at the Grubs for the first rotation, looks like Contracts was able to yoink away the first one, but because of the power of Sven coming on over with Isles, Dignitas will force NRG away and will pick up the other 2. I mean, this is now a map state where Dignitas have full. Can FBI bail out his support in a 3v2? Who he's already taken a lot of damage. Spica is popping the ulti for the Crescent Guard, flashes away from the last turret shot, and now FBI is under the tower. Do Dignitas have enough spells and HP to re-dive onto FBI?
They'd love to try.
They're going to go for it again. The AD carries are taking up the turret aggro. Very clean by Dignitas.
That was so well done by Dignitas, zoning off FBI, then corralling who. Then it just goes to Licorice, and you lost 2 waves in an already really rough game where you're already down a ton of experience. He's denying the entire wave before
next Saturday. And then we've got another couple matches in the upper bracket next weekend as well. The first brick is claimed by Dignitas. FBI already forced the flash away, and who he could be next if they get one more slow. Flashes away, but Sven is going to hop, jump, and skip forward to help Isles pick up the kill on it.
And they have all the objectives.
I would honestly love to hear from the stats team, like, what was the largest gold lead we have seen at 10 minutes and have a chance of coming back?
They're going to get 4 grubs, but can they ever use them will be the question. I did get confirmation that it's the largest dig gold lead of the split at 8 minutes, which was 2.9K.
Okay.
We'll get that at 14 minutes as well if they keep expanding, because Spica is in.
He's going to charge into the fight, pops the Crescent Guard, and blocks a lot of the damage from range. Isles is able to pick up the first kill. Bullet Time rips through, but Lycra is undeterred. Spica does fall, but it's a
they stayed kind of grouped up with the Cassante and Zin being able to catch all of the Senna Qs. With this gold lead, they will
be on that top side, and Spica's looking for a potential wraparound, so they could get preempted on the play.
Yeah, FBI might be isolated under the tower here. Huhi sends it on the Magnastorm, but everyone else is diving FBI under the tower. The tower is also gone, and here comes the collapse of the top laners, but the fight is already losing for NRG, so Dokla has to scram. Contract's doing everything he can to hold the line against the tier 2 tower defense, but the rest of Dignitas are not even concerned at all.
And everybody at full health. The gold difference was so huge in this fight. Poppy ult knocks back 2, so it's now even numbers.
And Contracts is in trouble, still has flash, finally pops it, looks for the sleep onto Licorice, but this is a Cassante. Okay, it's enough damage. NRG are able to stop the siege for at least now, but Dignitas at almost 7,000 gold ahead against NRG with we're not even at the 20-minute mark yet, guys. Baron is not even on the table, and Dignitas are already sieging into the base.
Yeah, the Dignitas support their Isles, 2,317 gold at 14 difference between the supports. A record of this split in this game.
They missed the target and punched themselves.
Uppercut straight to yourself.
Jensen is forced to flash away. Maybe we'll see this advantage from Palafox, but now it's double teleports from both teams. The healing from Isles Global Ultimate gives Jensen a big shield. Palafox and FBI now have the man advantage against Licorice, and he oversteps his boundaries. NRG are able to pick up 1, and Jensen is now cut off. He's going to look for the teleport. Can they get in range? Dokla has flash. If he sees it, flash wall slam! And stops Jensen in his tracks.
TP, this is actually a window back.
Let's see if Sven, Isles, and Spica can hold themselves against NRG. They have a massive gold advantage, but it's a 5-on-3. Sleep onto Isles. He can be the first target, but they turn right onto Spica, eliminate the jungler, eliminate the spike contest from the side of Dignitas. Sven and Isles are still alive. 2v5 at the moment, but they keep their range, and it might be enough that NRG no longer can take the Baron.
Yeah, smartly played there by Isles and Sven. Isles is being so annoying here. Almost has 100 souls, by the way.
As of now, it's still very heavily in the favor of Dig. That was a
Surely they're going to try to turn. Maybe Licorice all out over the wall.
Contracts has been many situations where he steals it, but Spica secures the Baron. I thought that Contracts might have had it, but now the jungler for NRG.
And now with the Baron buff and a massive gold lead, they're going to knock down all of these outer towers. They're going to extend this gold lead.
Niles currently pushing into the tier 2 tower. Spica will join them. Licorice is joining from the other side as he's actually teleporting in.
Oftentimes will overgroup because it seems easy, but he's very strong at applying this side pressure, and he's actually just letting them break these turrets. This might be the look for NRG. Watch Huhi.
Oh, nice flash, though, by Jensen to dodge the wall slam of Dokla.
He's going for it anyway.
Huhi, massive Magnustorm, but the bullet time is already used, so there's no real damage to follow up. Contracts is trying to get into the middle of all 4 members, but Licorice is now making the collapse. Big shockwave from Jensen, scatters NRG around, and Licorice here for the cleanup. He's got the broom, and he's sweeping it all under the floor. A double kill for the top laner of Dignitas, and this game is finally over.
Dignitas clean up NRG, push on the Nexus, and they're going to take this first game in convincing fashion.
Absolute stomp from the Dignitas squad. There is not even a chance that NRG was going to come back, and Dignitas will move ahead 1-0 in the series.
Very strong opening game here for Dignitas.
It's just, and you throw a Nautilus on top of it. It's just comical how many options they have. It's like Dignitas can throw out 2 of their ultimates, and they will.
Dokla knows that he is here. If he dies to this, this is
inexcusable.
I mean, the Q lands onto Dokla. He's got help with Huhi arriving, and they turn the gank around, throwing up
It's the CC that lands from the bottom lane, and they're the best lane to potentially play through. And then Spica, because he's been set behind, needs to hit level 6 before he can do anything. So it's a bit of a tricky situation.
Isles is flashing in, but Dokla on the bottom side of the map with the equalizer will burn Isles to a crisp. And Sven is forced off of the fight, bailing out FBI and Huhi.
This was actually a really surprising roam there from Dokla. He just headed straight bot, used that prio top to run down here. It did get pretty dicey, but at the end of the day, they do get the kill, and they're going to be able to zone Sven off because Sven used his barrier.
They crash this big wave. Contracts is level 6. They're going to take out the tower with the Tempered Fate, so he can go for an easy Glacial Prison onto the flashless Sven. FBI and Huhi brute forcing their way through Isles, and Sven is no longer in this world. Now Palafox is coming in to help the cause. 4-man dive onto 1. Isles is going to try to install with that def charge, but it will be all for naught as Palafox picks up a kill as well. Go buttons on their side, so they can always force engages, but they just need to make sure that they are picking the right fights and not getting completely isolated as Licorice is going to skate through the wall, flash his Electro Harpoon, but that sets him up for an easy target of the Glacial Prison into the Tempered Fate. He's going to stall time with the Impale, but surely he goes down to the last bullet of FBI.
That was honestly pretty well done from Licorice, trying to buy as much time as he could. I thought maybe he had a chance to get out when the Glacial Prison actually got Bard ulted, unfortunately, but still, NRG sent enough members.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 grubs as well, though. And the tricky thing here is I actually feel like Dig is trying to slow the game down, but that's leaving these massive map gaps where NRG can just camp 4 people top lane and dive Licorice at will. It's because the Azir's not making aggressive plays, the Ashe Nautilus isn't applying pressure, and NRG is playing really well.
And I'd also say, just Huhi and Contracts have been right. NRG is often having that extra man. You can see a lot of the first item completions coming through there. We just saw the Shiv bot up, the Triforces just trying to overload that bot side to keep them away from the tower, because with 6 scrubs, it gets so difficult, and also that bot lane tier 1 is so low that Dignitas wants to pick up that gold, but Isles just based, and now Jensen is stuck out.
He tries to slink away, but cannot escape the Winter's Wrath.
The highest correlation for winning or losing is actually whether or not Huhi is ahead or behind.
Double ranged bot lanes and these types of things where they could push and could create these advantages, where I think he's more unlocked on the map, like we see this lane.
Because now he's going to try to threaten Licorice, who is forced to flash again, but the Glacial Prison locks him down. The Tempered Fate is going to make sure the turret does not deter them from getting the kill on the top side of the map. This tier 2 turret is also going to fall. And Dignitas on the other side of the map, they're trying to get whatever objectives they can. See if we can get back in this game. There were a couple. It didn't win them the game, but they at least got the mental win that they were still being competitive despite being down that much gold. Can Dignitas do the same? I don't think so at this point, but Jensen managing to survive before he finally burns down to the equalizer. The tier 2 turret falls thanks to the siege of NRG, and now the rest of Dignitas are just getting absolutely cooked by Dokla's Rumble, and the rest of NRG continue the onslaught. Nice Cosmic Binding locks Licorice down.
He does have a bounce back game, and I think critically, again, Palafox is having another solid performance, and he's looking strong. He really has been the most important part to a lot of this team.
He doesn't have Tabby or anything. He's just got Merc Treads.
He's got a Triforce. He's got some HP we're going to be doing, because the expectation versus reality for this Dig roster was very, very far apart. I think a lot of people had faith in them, you know, all the way up until last week, really, where they got absolutely decimated in their series last week. And then people started saying, okay, well, maybe it's actually not going to come together. But they have so many veterans, so much success on this roster.
Oh, what a combo! The Tempered Fate set up the rest.
Forever.
But he's won with Rumble.
But he's also the most successful LCS top laner ever.
Sure.
And it looks like Sven might be caught out again. It's the same story. Tempered Fate and the rest of the ensemble picks out the AD carry once again. NRG now have 5 men to 4, and they can look to turn this into a Baron play as,
Bye.
Isles is next on the menu, and now it's 5-3. Surely this is a Baron play.
Looking like it.
Well, Dokla is going to stall for time, and the rest of NRG are going to see if they can collapse and bail out their top laner and preserve his perfect KDA. And just the threat of the collapse alone pushes both Spica and Licorice off, and now Licorice is in trouble. NRG are just picking up kills one after another across the map, and I don't think Spica's going to have enough time to get out with the recall.
Yeah, Hui's too fast.
Uzi's just going to stall some time here. Donates the kill over to FBI. Does take a little bit more time, but NRG, they're playing with the...
No one from Dignitas really even looking like they're going to take a peek until it's already going to be gone. NRG now 11,000. But we'll see
Ult
if
that
they can
Drake.
get fast enough.
Ult it! Ult it.
Well, yeah, they got the Drake.
All right. They don't even care. They're going to try to catch Sven.
Though, now do you just get dove and the game ends, right? Because Sven has no flash. Now it's pretty easy for them to look to force something. And Spica is not with them. Spica is going for one of these long-distance plays.
There's an arrow on the Dokla. He gets cleansed by the Mikhail's Crucible. Licorice is trying to separate the 2 AD carries with the suppress on the Impale. Spica is sending it into the backline, but the Equalizer is now going to separate the competition. Good shuffle from Jensen, but I don't think it's enough, y'all. NRG are still just cooking Dignitas alive, and the curtain call will find a couple more bullets. The 4th one doesn't hit, but Spica is blinking low on HP and doesn't have a way back to the fountain. He's getting corralled by both Palafox and Huhi. But then maybe he can look for at least one more kill. NRG, they're having fun with it. They do not get the quite unhittable perfect game with 21-0. They do give over a kill, but you know what? NRG, they get stomped in the game 1. They're going to stomp them right back in game 2, and the series is tied 1-1.
21-1 is absolutely a destruction of Dignitas here in game number 2. To extreme rel Ws, you just knock away, or you can even Q them and try to turn around the fight onto them.
Yeah.
So that is a pretty standard answer. It makes it so that generally rel has to start engages. I'm not sure if it was like a Q flash into a W after. I would love to be able to rewatch that. You know, it's hard to blame that one in Dokla because they obviously didn't have eyes on where that ward was. So he TPs, he gets spotted. At the same time, he's getting the XP on the other side. The question is, can they dive him and make it game 1?
Yeah, Dokla, we know he has the slam, but he also took the steadfast press to try to block any
One back.
dashes, but at least it's a trade back from Contracts as he takes a knockout punch to Spica's face.
Spica did not get out of range of the tower.
Palafox mid lane. Ooh. Back over to Dokla, and now both supports, all eyes are in this mid lane, because if Palafox is unlocked, then he gets
Really closer.
It's way closer
than the first 2 games. Need to hold off here because Contracts is going to try and take at least one of these.
Spica smites the 2nd grub. Contracts should have the smite for the 3rd grub, so it's just
happening. But here comes NRG.
Yeah.
And Palafox has Weaver's Wall at the ready. Huki goes in for the engage first. Spica is knocked up, and the Weaver's Wall bounces them back. Well played by Dokla to slam him into the wall. Spica tries to get the Lilting Lullaby off, but it's not enough, as now Huhi with the Flash Pulverize will set up the next kill on Isles.
And that's
Licorice, and that guarantees them the 2nd dragon of the game.
Yep, numbers advantage there for Dignitas being able to even these
With the Ashe and find picks with all of this engage they have, with the ability to find things with the Vi, with the Talia ultimate. They want to section members out from Dig and find those picks.
And Contracts actually just stole one of the grubs away, and they're being kited back towards the blue side jungle of Dignitas. Doesn't look like Spica is able to get one of them on the back end, so this could be 4 grubs going over to NRG.
That one stings. That's the break point that they wanted there, but NRG arrive at just the right moment. this game really has been about these fractions of a second.
He's going to throw out the question mark, Frog, because there's no more way for Licorice to play through, as now the all-out will time out, and Dokla should be fine. He's going to slam him into the wall, get some decent damage back, and he might be fine just enough to defend this turret by himself, but now Sven is collapsing in, and they want to get this first turret brick. Dokla under fire. Sven steps up, a couple more auto attacks. The bullet time plays right in the flash path to guarantee the kill. And this teleport, that's too late! Palafox is also getting ready. He has Weaver's Wall, but now Contracts. He's got to be careful. He Volt Breaker's right on to speak up, but he's all by himself until Huhi comes in with a two-man knock-up. The Weaver's Wall allows Palafox to collapse, and he's going to find Speak on the back half, throwing that threaded volley. Isles is on the run as well, but manages to flash away. The rest of NRG now have to separate away from Licorice and Jensen, who wants to join into the fight. Isles goes back in, sets up a stun onto Huhi. That maybe gets the kill for Dignitas, and they get traded one back. Isles doesn't even die in the exchange.
Really greedy there, but a successful play by Isles to even the kills in this fight.
Arrow?
They're going back more.
Lands on his Sven, but good cleanse and sidesteps the flick from Palafox.
Team fights, there's, I think, more playmaking for sure on the NRG side, but the potential for an explosive team fight is absolutely there from Dignitas, especially as Jensen potentially, but Jensen is backing off to look for a TP maybe. He's going to TP now.
Yeah, they want to stop it.
It's matched by Dokla, who's also teleporting in. Vi sends it. They look for the seismic throw combo onto Spica, but he's still surviving. The Ignite is ticking down, but he will not fall. Palafox is going to try to cut off the fight and separate the backliners from getting in. Palafox gets taken out and blasted by the double marksman composition from Dignitas, and somehow they persevere through the energy onslaught.
Yeah, they hard commit their
in this game. Jensen passing Bjergsen for second all-time in the LCS for career kills.
Oh, Isles.
A testament to his career, as Isles is now in trouble. NRG.
At the same time, you have to credit Sven and Jensen for not really exposing themselves.
Yep.
Because those are the guys you really want to catch. You know, you don't necessarily really. The second item here is done for Jensen as well.
Flash onto Jensen. He still has flash. He's trying to get to his team. Isles will try to bail him out with a Magnetstorm, but the cease and desist will lock Jensen further down, and the seismic shove is true. Big shutdown goes over to Contracts, but Sven will look to equalize it. Still has the bullet time, is waiting for the right angle, but FBI finds another kill onto Isles. Spica, maybe he can turn around with the Lilting Lullaby, and the bullet time is only going to get a couple members on the front line, but Licorice is going huge into the back line, demolishes the two backliners, and he somehow lost the fight.
Kazante Gaming, Licorice arrives with 2 full items. He might be taking Dokla out as well for a delayed triple kill underneath the turret. Why the hell not on the Kazante right there? And it looked good at the start for NRG. They're going for that pick onto Jensen, but it's
Sven from being able to just let that bullet time rip. We're back to live though. Jensen caught again.
No.
And they're punishing him since he doesn't have flash from the skirmish prior. And now NRG, they have.
I'm really excited for the remaining matches in playoffs as we get down to it.
Contracts wants to send it on to Speak at the blast cone, punts him unfortunately back into Huhi, so they get further CC setup. He's going to try to stall it with the stasis. Good bullet time and Magnetstorm combo gets a decent amount of damage onto Contracts, but Sven is being occupied by Dokla, who now punts back to safety of his own team, and Sven cannot contribute any further into the fight as Licorice. Can he pull off another miracle? Can he get another Kazante Gaming moment here? But the seismic shove will catch him, throw him back into the arms of Contracts, and they get the beatdown on him. Jensen is back from the first pick that we saw just 30 seconds ago, and he's able to trade back onto Huhi, but he's slammed into the wall, and NRG now have
well, so NRG closing the gap a little bit here, but it is also Dig on the precipice of grabbing an Infernal Soul.
Dokla might be picked out here, though.
He's going to stall as much time as he can, but Palafox, now knowing that his top laner is in danger, is going to try to create an objective opportunity on the bottom side.
There's no TP on Palafox either, so NRG are just going to have to try to flip this. It's all up to Contracts.
Okay, Licorice this time is able to come around the other side of the Baron Pit, forces Contract. NRG are going to take their time, slowly gaining control, and they're going to turn right onto Licorice, try to stop the flank before it even happens. Licorice is in trouble, getting absolutely pummeled, and the rest of Dignitas are now trying to burn the dragon before he can react, but Palafox cuts them off with the Weaver's Wall. Contracts is in the pit. Can he the smite! It goes over to Spica. The rest of NRG now have to fight through the bullet time as he gets interrupted by Huhi. Spica now finds himself in the back line. Licorice all out on FBI, brings him in an isolation and takes him down. The rest of NRG are forced to run. Dokla is going to try to hold his own against Spica, but he cannot outrun the deer. Palafox flashing away from the crashdown, but NRG are just playing for scraps at this point, and Dignitas, can they try to end the game right here, right now?
That's the question. That went down to 1 HP, and I don't even think Spica used his smite. I think he got it with a tick of damage from the Leandries or the passive, but Dignitas do get the soul, do win the fight, and are marching on the base.
Palafox and Contracts would have to pull off a miracle, but it doesn't seem like Dignitas are confident in ending the game outright. They're going to continue extending their Baron play through the bottom side of the map.
All the BF items collected. This is kind of where you got all the Infinity Stones. If you channel this all.
Arrow on the Isles.
Pick, though.
Clean pick.
But there's
have
nothing
a man
to get.
advantage.
That's the problem. There's nothing on the map.
They're continuing to play on Sven. He still has Flash and he has Cleanse. And he flashes away from the seismic shove. Good patience to wait until the end of the combo first. Licorice is now pushing through the bottom side of the map. And a swirling seed into a lilting lullaby is going to stop NRG from being the base. Teleport from Licorice. He wants to commit to the play. Contracts is popped by Jensen, but he still gets traded back by FBI. But now he's isolated as Licorice comes from behind. Sven still survives despite Dokla bringing him to low HP.
And Kasante Gaming takes FBI down in the back. Let's see what they can do with this push.
Palafox clears the minion wave out, so Dignitas turn their attention to the bottom inhibitor instead. It doesn't look like NRG's game is...
Hui does have a potential long flank here, but the rest of the team is so far behind the play, it's just going to be gone.
I mean, Palafox comes in with the Weaver's Wall, and it gives them vision. Do they want to still play for this? Hui right on top of Sven, but Palafox cannot find the combo, and now Hui is just absolutely destroyed. Palafox has to flash and run away for his life. Licorice is solo killing FBI in the back, even with Dokla trying to peel him off. But the rest of NRG are able to deal with the backline of Dignitas. Vin and Jensen got popped, and now they can turn on to Licorice instead. Spica has to keep the Baron.
Then they're able to take down Jensen, and the fight just becomes chaos. It's skirmishes on either side. It's all about... And now you have this kind of small window during the Elder buff where NRG are supremely powerful. You know, they will run the show. The question is, you have to defend this wave and one more. This wave is mostly already gone. So they are going to be able to push up and get the tier 2, but I don't think it has enough legs.
So he is really, of any bright spot for NRG, been the one. And this could be a pick.
Decent pick on the Isles. He's getting blown up, and CC Chain tries to flash away, but it's too late. Now it's 5 on 4.
Yeah, there's the TP in from Palafox, so everyone from here is going to be playing about the engage, and it's all about the execution in this situation.
It's going to be a flip.
Licorice is getting zoned off, 6,000 HP on the Baron. They have full vision. You can't imagine that they will continue it. Now it's 3,000 HP, and Contracts is in the Baron pit. Who is going to get the Baron? They stopped damage on it. They're trying to turn around for the fight. Dokla is getting zoned out. 2,000 HP. Contracts is flash. Oh, he tried to flash back in and steal it, but it's secured by Sven. And now Contracts is solo by himself in the rest of the Dignitas Baron pit. But Isles is traded back. The rest of NRG now have to reposition around their new front line. Dokla and Hui have to hold the line and guarantee that Palafox and FBI can escape. Hui is going to give his life for the cause. And Palafox might look for a pick, but Licorice is too tanky. Dignitas still have 4 members strong, and they're going to march into the base.
Contracts got back into the pit, and again, Spica doesn't even smite, but they got it anyway.
Q flash into the sleep. Dokla is gonna take a nap, and he might just get blown up by the onslaught of Jensen. The rockets pour in, and he burns to the passive. Dignitas are looking for the win.
All their carries alive. Palafox and FBI, one last stand.
Palafox, no flash available. It's the shutdown from Jensen in the bloodiest game of the series, but it ends with Dignitas triumph, and they move to match point.
Wow.
So you do have the Maokai ult to set up a lot of the poke from Smolder.
Yeah.
And then the
Shazir, comfort zone right away.
Yep.
Good performance in lane.
They want to force something here. Contracts is going to stun Isles into the wall. Hui gets the follow-up, and I don't think Isles has a chance to even flash away. Tries to trade an Ignite down into Hui, and that sets up Sven for a trade kill back, but First Blood still goes over to FBI, and now Sven is in trouble. That's a double for the Baby Dragon, and Spica, unfortunately, is just a little too late to the party.
Yeah, Sven is able to flash in and get a trade kill, but that was super not worth it. He flashes in, gets a trade kill. He's going to lose an entire wave. FBI gets another kill. So in this case, even though it is a trade kill, who you're getting the kills on matters so much. And that one went really bad for them as
Contract tries to pull Spica back under the tower, but it's not in range, so Spica...
Try to hold it. We're just watching this one more time. It's just a nice little surprise gank there from Contracts. Uses the E well, gets the stun, and there's that flash in.
Yeah, really nice. That's some veteran play coming there. But we're back to Swap Town. So now Sven is in a different situation where the Renekton can definitely step up at level 5. And FBI and Huhi are going to be trying to farm a few more plates up top lane. I do like this Maokai early on here for Huhi. Like to take advantage of.
Dignitas have all 5 members here first, so NRG are struggling on the entrance, but Huhi's going to throw out the ultimate, try and brute force their way in. Mom comes over the top, and Contracts is in, finds the Impale onto Spica, tries to bring it over to Palafox, but the turn from Spica forces Contracts out of the fight, as he now is able to secure a grub for himself. They try to turn on the Dokla. Huhi tries to jump on him back, but Licorice has already picked up the first kill alongside Jensen, and FBI is getting brute forced out, but now Smolder's trying to make his way back in. Meanwhile, the Baron Pit is still a huge fight going on, and Contracts finally falls. Will force Dokla off to the safety of this tower. This should be first brick going over to the side of Dignitas, and because they have a majority of their members on this bottom side of the map as well, that's also second dragon going their way.
And you've got to say, despite the fact that NRG tried to facilitate a way where Dokla could get more out of the lane swap than Licorice, Licorice is now up gold. He has more farm. You're looking at an 80 CS Renekton here with no kills.
Actually ahead of the Poppy, he's not going to have priority. So I think if NRG wins this game, it's more off the back of Palafox.
Trying to go for a stun on your carries. Try to protect them and just be a body that creates space for the Smolder and the Azir to consistently get that damage out.
Dignitas summon the Rift Herald that they just acquired into the mid lane. Guarantee that the tier 1 is just out all vision. Maokai ultimate is going to give them brief vision, seeing that it's 4K, and Contracts is in the pit. Flash Impale finds 2. Isles is going to try to stall the backline. Massive CC onto FBI and Palafox, and he tries to come in, swoop, and pushing Isles back in. Huhi's the first one to fall, but the Dragon is secured by Contracts, and NRG walk away with more kills.
That is a
We're going to be seeing more Flowers face on the POV sometime soon. Huhi might have found another pick on Isles. He doesn't have splash from the prior skirmish. Sven tries to throw out an arrow, but I think the fight is already lost.
And getting the flash off Jensen is so big. Jensen has no Zonias. He really has very little defensive capability.
Engage from Spica, lands right onto Contracts, but he just speeds on out with his E. And now Palafox, he dashed in, he's forced to flash out, but that could be a big punish. Oh no, Dignitas capitalize on a misplay from Palafox, and now NRG are on the run. Another Severing Bolt finds its mark on the Dokla, and just like that, Dignitas get 2 free picks.
And now Digger on the Baron.
It's now up to Contracts, FBI, and Huhi to salvage this situation. Isles is looping around for a deep flank, ready for the turn. The arrow's back up again. It's on the Contracts. Big 2-man Impale. FBI's gonna pop Spica. Looks for Licorice next. But now it's up to Contracts and FBI. Huhi has been taken out of the fight. And just on the Elder Execute alone from FBI Smolder, it's enough to stop Dignitas from taking the Baron.
They're gonna keep
Even
chasing.
by losing Palafox, he teleports back into the fight, and now they have the advantage. Sven is caught out. Jensen's got nowhere else to run. Somehow, some way, NRG are bailed out by the power of the baby dragon.
And listen, this is why it's a team game. Because Palafox had been playing great. He makes what could have been a game where
first, he's going back in for a re-engage, but instead he doesn't ult. He flashes back out, ults, nothing, dies, and then you think, okay, this could be from that. But I do think it's kind of an underutilized part of the Smolder kit, and can be quite powerful late in the game.
Doklo's going to face check the Brush, gets stunned up by Spica, and he's going to absorb it with the Dominus. FBI might be in trouble, but the Death Charge does not lock him down for further damage as he just flaps away. Dokla's still in trouble on the left side of the flank. Huge spiraling despair. Palafox arrives to the party, and now maybe NRG.
You got a 4 Infernal Drake, Infernal Soul. You are doing so much damage, especially for FBI, who's already going to die if you get poked down first. So I think it is smart. He is monstrously strong.
An arrow will find FBI, but he instantly cleanses it, and they turn the target onto Jensen. He flashes over the Emperor's Divide. Spiraling Despair right on top, but he's got the stasis to block out the damage. Licorice tries to slam into the wall, and they find the kill tray back, but FBI and Contracts are still alive, and they can rally and try and stay alive in this fight. Another flash slam right into FBI. They find their target. Dignitas persevere through the power of the dragon. Contracts is going low. Dokla tries to save the fight, and Contracts finds one trade before falling to Licorice's Poppy. And now Dokla, maybe he can find something on Seth. Eventually, maybe they'll take out this Crocodile, but Dokla is really making them work for it. Constantly slipping up on some of these key targets against Dignitas, and they've been making the movements count. Engage onto Dokla. Bomb pushes them back off. Dokla is falling to the spiral of despair. He tries to go in. Jensen is caught by Contract. Big target, and NRG are going to be able to take out Sven first, and now they're looking for the next target. I think that one is Licorice, and NRG now have a 5-on-3 advantage. Palafox tries to go in, finds the scoop on the Isles, but it's another target that they can drop in a body bag. Dignitas are now falling on the reliance of Jensen.
I think this is the right choice, absolutely. Yeah. Especially with Soul on the horizon here in 20 seconds. If you die going for Baron, then Soul is lost.
Yeah.
If you just give this up, you can go down towards this Dragon and potentially move yourself to Soul Point here.
Contracts does not have Flash. He would have to make a slow approach with that E. The Ishtal's Impact still ready and available, but Spica secures the Dragon. The Infernal Soul.
Then all of a sudden, the game is actually a lot closer than it looks because you add about 4K for the Soul. You know, potentially if they could get that, that would be huge.
Arrow right onto Dokla, but he takes it. Maokai root stuns up the front line of Dignitas. Isles is rooted as they go in for the engage. Spiraling Despair right onto who he flashes back into the team. That big chunk onto Dokla, but NRG got what they came for and take down the inhibitor.
That's Smolder.
Listening for this one when Contract is having an awful game.
And with Dokla pushing on the bottom side of the map, NRG can maintain a 4-man push on the top side. Sven already used the arrow. The Keeper's Verdict was used to pun out Contracts, but he returns back to the top turret. The root from Huhi will stun up Spica. He throws out the Glacial Prison, stops NRG in their tracks, but they are just brute forcing their way through, and they only care about taking out the inhibitor at all costs. Dokla is fighting Licorice on the bottom side of the map, and he's got the power of the Baron minion wave to make sure that he can win and push him off. They're rotating over to seeing if they can take out this inhibitor turret as well. NRG now corralling through, looking for Licorice. Good W, blocks the dash in. Huhi goes in, Contract now with the install impact. Flash impact, impale right onto the backline. Jensen could be the next target. He's getting bursted low, that's the execute. NRG might just have everything they need to close this game out. The first Nexus turret will fall. Dignitas trying to stand tall and endure the onslaught, but this Dragon is just pumping out the damage. And we're about to go to Game 5 in the bloodiest series we've seen yet.
12-1-7, make it 13-1-7, and he's still going for more on the Smolder FBI
combo. Yeah. Nice lock.
It's also really annoying playing MF against these types of champions because now you have the Bard ult to cancel your ult as well, who he can be sitting on. Last time it was the
components of the Longsword and the Ruby Crystal, but Contracts still has a chance to pick up all these camps. He didn't get a chance to farm on the bottom side of the map. He'll be able to rubber band, get some more experience from the top camps, and try and look for another invade again as Huhi now arrives to a flashless Jensen. A couple more auto attacks could be enough. The Guardian proc trying to tank up the turret aggro. Well played from
Watch to see if Palafox can disrupt it all. But it's just, this is a nerve-wracking game. This is not your normal Game 5.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll come back to this and just waiting to see if the Grubs do something.
It looks like there's probably not going to be anything because Contract's going down to bot side, so you can keep going.
It's because it's just the fact that this is the summer split, so the loser has such an extended time off. Might be the last game they play in the LCS, but if they are to win some of these games and make a run.
And Spica is found on the return of the red buff. Well played by Contracts and Dokla.
Such a big way. These last two Skarner games have been so good.
They're going for the return. Jensen still doesn't have Flash, and he already used the E. No way he gets out alive. The Equalizer, and it has to burn Flash just to get away. Maybe Dignitas can try and rally behind. Oh, Licorice takes a turret shot, but blocks it with the shield on his W. Spica's now trying to rally around, has ulti available. If they can get this kill, this would be huge.
Just gotta push in the wave. There's nothing that they should really be able to do. They see a lot of members up on the top side. They knew that they were over by Grubs. Spica kind of preempting the play because he's worried about the 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, Licorice is almost about to go down. Dokla! Big Dokes gets the solo kill, and yeah, he'll die to Spica, but he'll take that trade. And I feel like everyone on this squad has been having such a big standout moment at some point in this series as Palafox might be in trouble, but the Tempered Fate will buy enough time for Palafox to survive the dive, and now Isles is in trouble. He's flashing away. TP's coming in from both sides. Who is going to make the move first? Slicing Maelstrom from Dokla, but he's isolated onto two, but he at least trades one back on Isles before he falls. The bullet time from Sven. Zones. So now it's equalized across both sides. Rift Herald is alive for the taking.
He is everywhere on this Bard. It's so frustrating. Even when he doesn't get a kill, he chunks you out. He drops some health shrines for his teammates. You know,
Contracts with the 2-0 as well. Very strong start to this game 5.
Yeah, Contract's looking good.
First doesn't have Equalizer, though, and Dokla is going to be able to walk back to the safety of his tower. Deadly Flourish right onto Sven. He doesn't have Cleanse this game. The barrier's still alive, but he goes right through the damage. Isles could be next, and the rest of NRG are trying to find the support as he flashes over the wall, but he might be in trouble because Hui is incredibly fast. The flash Cosmic Binding for the slow. Deadly Flourish connects, and Palafox is there trying to pump the damage through the exhaust, but it's Contracts on
work.
It's really a difference as Dokla goes
1v2. He might just get a kill onto them. Okay, he gets a 1-for-1 in a 1v2, kills the wave, stops the turret from falling.
Second too early. I think Isles was a little worried they were going to walk out of range, so he goes in early.
Crashing forward here, going to take another tower. What is happening with that Herald? That seemed like an unusually long windup, or is that just me?
Space for this third dragon of the game.
But there is a pink in the pit, so Dig had no reason to walk up.
Spica gets grabbed by the Impale, and it's just easy food for Palafox to chow on, and the Temper Fate locks down Isles. Dignitas are just in disarray, dying one after another. Base, trying to see if they can stop them. 10,000 HP still on the Baron.
Just look at Dokla and Hui. They're setting up for a flank here. They're going to try to turn onto Dig.
Hui, blast cones in. The target is Sven. He flashes on top of him. He tries to flash away, but he still dies to a shuriken. NRG turn off the Baron and are looking for more kills as Licorice could be the next target. Isles and Speaker are back from the grave, but just to die once again as NRG are absolutely...
That's now going to be 6,000 gold and a 1 Drake advantage for NRG.
Yeah, the gold lead is just really getting further and further away.
More care in how he positions, because a Tempered Fate, a Deadly Flourish, without any type of cleansing ability, their teammates is going to put him back in the grave.
NRG now starting up the Baron.
No TP
Licorice has no TP. He's got to walk this whole way. Baron doesn't die very fast, though, with the Jhin comp. So NRG's looking to peel. Dokla's on the side.
Yeah, he's ready to go over with the Blast Cone. Gets set up in position. Isles is looking around the Baron pit. 5,000 HP still on the Baron.
For a deep flank.
NRG, they want to look for the turn. Tempered Fate, it just forces Jensen to skate over the wall. He still has flash. Has to flash the Impale. Nicely timed. And Dokla's now trying to look for a flank as well. But Dignitas are going to try to isolate Dokla. He pops the stasis, but he's not going to get any mileage out of the Slicing Maelstrom. He is destroyed by Sven. And now NRG, they've lost ground in the river, and they have to give it back up over to Dignitas.
Was kind of sectioned off.
Yeah.
And he just gets turned on, gets burnt down.
No flash.
Flash Magnet Storm, they know that he's a prime target. Contract tries to bail him out, but he doesn't have any ultimates to save it. Dignitas find a window, and now Palafox, he's walking in, but it's another throw. Bullet time rips him to shreds, and now NRG, they're falling apart.
Palafox just dove in there, doesn't even get the flash off. Dokla
can't get in, but he delays the Baron take. It's still at 4,000. I don't think Dokla can get into the pit. It would have to be a stray shuriken, but the smite is good.
Almost 16, he has 3 items, so there are still absolutely ways that they can actually win this. And Jensen really hurts because if he's alive, they're actually in a decent position to fight for that, right? To potentially take this dragon still. But now it is going to be no soul on the horizon for NRG. And Dignitas continue to take more and more. Look at this Baron buff.
NRG, that was the failed engage. We didn't even get a replay of that moment. This comeback has been non-stop from Dignitas clearing.
Then as they do hit that ult, so the equalizer is a whiff. At the end of the day, they do get the flash off of Isles, and now he's dead for sure.
They go back for another pick. This time it's successful for NRG. Isles is gone. That could keep Dignitas alive.
They tagged him.
Tempered Fate. It finds Sven. He's in trouble. Spica turns right onto Palafox. Isles is trying to buy time in the backline. The Impale does not land on the Spica. He's fine. Jensen goes over the wall. The lightning crash, and now his targets are the 2 remaining, and he carries for NRG. Palafox runs away. FBI is able to gain space, but they're still on the run. Sven tries to look to slow them down.
Force that flash on him. Isles has flash. Spica has flash. Licorice has flash. So who can capitalize on the missing summoner? If you commit to this and it goes bad, it's game over. It's season over, but they're still hitting it.
9,000 HP on the Baron. Spica is starting to walk up now.
Licorice is going to solo the dragon.
Licorice is going to solo the dragon, but a teleport from Dokla. He finds the flank! Big Dokes into the Impale! Bullet time doesn't do a damn thing! Game of this season, and they are pushing Dignitas around, maintain control of the Dragon Pit, and gain soul.
But it's impossible to get every single one, and that ward was the difference maker.
Licorice face checks, he gets popped! Another Big Dokes moment! moment as he gets the shutdown onto Licorice. Dignitas down 2 members. Jensen spawning in 8 seconds. This Baron take is not the fastest, but no one from Dignitas can even challenge.
And these death timers are really long. Jensen just respawned now after the Soul and Baron had been taken. So NRG back in control.
And NRG are just going to keep pushing. They're not actually going to reset. They know that those respawns are so long, so they want to get as much done as they can on the map right now. They're going to walk up. The tier 2 top instantly dead. Jensen's gone!
Oh, big tempered fate from Hui. Jensen has flash, gets away from the Impale, stays alive, and now pops the lightning crash, but that is a lot of damage from NRG, pushing him back into the base.
He's so clutch, still making every play. Jensen's out of this fight. NRG's going to push hard.
Inhibitor turret will fall. The inhibitor will be next. Licorice spawns in 10 seconds. We'll see if NRG want to take their chances.
Trying to make something happen here.
There's a flank attempt from Dignitas, trying to see if they can wait for NRG to push up. Spica is going to send it. Palafox has flash. FBI is all the way in the back, safe. Spica sends it on to Dokla. He gets blown up, but it's a massive impale. Maybe NRG can survive. Palafox, Valkyrie's over the wall, gets the save.
From Dig, but this is the problem. Look at the base. They've got to defend the base. They can't actually get anything done off the back of it. They do lose a Nexus tower. It's just a kill, a little bit of gold here. They're going to lose a tier 2. They're going to lose a Nexus tower.
Keeping their season alive.
Oh God.
That's a lot of wards,
I think they might want to play for the Elder Dragon.
They might want to do a teleport play with Kennen when the Elder Dragon happens.
It's worked out so well. Spica might be caught. The flash and pale. They find the jungler. The re-engage from Isles, but a good tempered fate stops it. But Dokla doesn't get anything from the slicing maelstrom. But NRG still lead with the kills. All 5 members still alive as Palafox takes pot. Licorice sends it. Flame Spitter cooks up the 80 carries of NRG, and NRG are falling. Dokla and Contracts trying to run for the hills. This could just be Licorice winning the game for Dignitas.
Oh my God, that play as they
go give them Elder and then possibly Baron afterwards.
No flash, no ult on Dokla, so I don't think there's any way they could win that 2v2. If you walk over, you just die. But that is heartbreaking because on the map.
Dokla would love to go in. Licorice is about to show bot lane. I feel like they probably give this up. He can ult it to delay a little bit.
Maybe. Tempered Fate right at 1200 HP. Palafox,
QW.
Rocket! Spica secures the Baron
here. But Dig have got to choose their moment. They've got to go soon if they're going to do it here.
They are running out of time on that Elder buff. Curtain Call is popped. Tempered Fate buys some time. The Equalizer right on top of FBI. Isles is trying to stall the fight, but he falls and Contracts is next. Dignitas have 5-3. No GAs for the marksman of NRG. It all comes down to this. Season is on the line. Dignitas have a window to push S5.
They have to wait for the next wave. They have to just wait for it. Baron's still up for a minute. Elder's going to be gone. FBI, Palafox, Dokla still have the Infernal buff. They're going to have to make a last stand.
Palafox, Dokla, and FBI. Can they pull out the Hail Mary? Spica sends it. Palafox is blown up. Dokla with the slicing maelstrom only finds one. It's it. Dignitas will push through. They dig deeper. They will bleed it out. But Dignitas will not throw this season away.
And they're taking their time somehow at the very end. What an unbelievable